wanted to say one last thing is they teach us, we got all these clocks. We got clocks everywhere. We got clocks on our TV, clocks on our phone, clocks on our computer, clocks on the wall, clocks in our watches, clocks on bank, everything, right? They're trying to tell us that time exists, and time does not exist. Time literally doesn't exist. We're infinite beings. And so they tell us that we live in a timeline, right? That's what they tell us. And they've got all these clocks, digital and non-digital, everywhere, just to remind us that time exists, that we're running out of time, that we don't have a lot of time to accomplish what we need, blah, 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 right? And they always tell us this too. You probably heard this. History repeats itself, right? So time does not exist. Time does not exist. It's a false narrative they're trying to control. They also say history repeats itself. So if you look at all the other, we'll get to that in a second. Let me just show you. So history repeats itself. Time does not exist, that we live in a timeline, right? The reason is because time is cylindrical. Time is a circle, cylindrical, right? How do you know that? Okay, a couple things. So God, right? They say God is infinite and we're God. But just for simple terms, let's just break it down. God is the beginning, the end, and the everlasting, right? Infinite being, right? So if you start here on the circle and you draw a circle all the way around, you get back to the same point, right? On this, you never get back to the same point, right? This is infinite. You can keep going around and around and around, and you keep getting back to the same point eventually, right? This will go on forever. You can never go back to the beginning, okay? That's what they want us to believe. They want us to believe that once you do something to fail a lesson or whatever in your lifetime, like right here, that once you're past here, it's too late. You can't fix it unless you time travel. And that's not true. Time is cylindrical. And so, and a circle is infinite, right? A circle is God, infinite. Circle is infinite, right? And that's why history repeats itself. History repeats itself because time is cylindrical. It's a circle. It's infinite. It doesn't have a beginning. It doesn't have an end. Just like the Bible verse. I am the beginning. I am the end. I am the everlasting. Right? I am the beginning. I am the end. I am the everlasting. Got it? Infinite. We are infinite beings. The reason that history repeats itself is because time is cylindrical. We get back to this point again. Right? And why do we do that? Why is it cylindrical so that we get back to that point? And the reason is because of this. We are here to learn to control energy, right? Remember, we can't do that in one lifetime. It's hard. This isn't easy. So we're here to learn to control energy, right? And I told you from within. Stay positive in a negative situation and you win. Well, if you can't learn it in one lifetime, right? How are you going to learn it if it's just a timeline? You're not. You're going to have one chance to do this and then you're done, right? So the reason time is cylindrical and infinite is because when you do pass, this is you, this is Molly, I pass, right? And then you got your boyfriend or your husband, right? He's over here, hey guys, right? And he wants he's still trying to pass this, right? Let's say he's right here. He didn't pass it this time. You did, right? So you're over here thinking, man, I'm so smart. And you're dumb, right? That's what people say when they know something that others don't. And it has nothing to do with that. All it means is that you passed this lesson and they didn't. So you have a higher understanding of what this lesson means, what it is to overcome it, and what the benefit is from that point, which is we learned what to do to overcome that from here on out, right? Whereas he hasn't learned it yet, so he doesn't know what to do. So to you, instead of looking down at him thinking he's so dumb, look at it from the standpoint like, I've already been through this, so I should know. And I see him going through it. So it doesn't make him dumb because I was at his spot at one point in time, just like him, where I didn't know what to do and I couldn't pass it, right? And so that's why people need to take it easy with name calling and things like that, because they think they know something that somebody else doesn't. It doesn't make them dumb, because at the same hand, he might have passed this. I didn't pass, right? So just because you passed this doesn't mean you're better than him. He might have passed this one and you might not have passed that one. So now he has a higher level of understanding of consciousness of this particular event or circumstance he learned to overcome, and you're still trying to learn that. So it goes hand in hand. Nobody's better than anyone else. Yes, there's some of us that are farther along on this journey than others, right? I make sure that I never criticize anyone for not understanding something, because just because you know something from experience, they still need to experience it. They still need to learn that lesson so they can grow too and be at the same understanding as you have become, right? And so that's why time is cylindrical, so that it gives that person or him a chance to relearn what you've already learned. So if you were here during that one cycle and you learned your lesson and it's gone, and then time's just linear, he would never have a chance to experience that. He would never ever have that knowledge. So technically, with everybody's terminology nowadays, he'd be stupid because he never had a chance to experience that and understand it. So he'll never learn from it except for you trying to teach him. And we don't learn from being taught, from being talked to, from being lectured, from reading books, from watching documentaries. We learn from experience, because experience cannot be lied about, right? But words and thoughts can. Experience doesn't lie, but words and thoughts can. So it's cylindrical to give him a chance, a continued chance, to try to finally pass this level of understanding so he can move on to the next level, right? And you're doing the same, you're just on a different lesson. And we're all on different lessons, okay? And yes, it is true that some of us are farther along the road, but that could just be because we reincarnated more times already than the last person. Whatever it is, we're all on different levels, and we all have different levels of understanding. And consciousness is just different levels of higher levels of understanding. You're just understanding something from a higher perspective, kind of like looking down from another dimension. You're looking down on third dimensional Earth from the fourth dimension, like the wine glasses I showed you. You're looking down and you're able to see everything all at once. Like, oh yeah, I remember that before I ascended to the next realm to learn all new lessons over again, before I ascend to the next realm and learn all new lessons, and ascend to the next realm, all new lessons, till finally you get back to the Creator. That's how it works. You don't just stop after you pass Earth. You keep going in the spirit realm, keep going. So right? They're already up there. They're learning new lessons in a different dimension. And eventually we'll do that. We probably already have done that, right? So you got to be careful of name calling and thoughts of negativity towards other people, because that's controlling energy, right? We develop karma, kind of like people say, don't put that out there in the universe because karma will get you, because we develop karma. The universe is God. And how we pray is through meditation from within. We don't pray like this. This isn't a prayer. You're asking something from outside of you to forgive you for whatever you did wrong and give you blessings. And that's not how it works, because it's within. Remember, thy body is thy temple, right? And God's already in here. God's already in thy temple, waiting for you to meditate, to quiet down and listen to the messages of guidance, right? So you got to be careful because we develop karma with thoughts, words, and actions. If they're positive thoughts, words, and actions, you get blessings, right? If they're negative thoughts, words, and actions, you develop karma, and then you can experience a hardship or what people consider hardship, but it's just a lesson, or you go through things. So you got to be careful of that and what you say, because everything is energy. And when you're like I said, when I pushed you back, I'm throwing back negative energy at you instead of keeping it within and letting it dissolve, right? So I built more karma, so another lesson I'm going to have to overcome. I just created another lesson in life that I'm going to have to overcome before I have more blessings from that karma. So anyways, that's I want to stop there because I'm getting way too far into this. I know this is probably a lot to take in, but let me know if you want to know more. But I can assure you that this goes way deeper than what I've had time or taken time to show you. And I'm going to be making videos and stuff like that. But if there's something that you wanted to know more about, like aliens or whatever you want to know about, just let me know. Or questions or whatever. Or if you want another video, just let me know. Namaste.